What's up, #3 album in the country?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Adam Lambert is here in the Sophie 103.7 studio. Welcome home to
Thank
San
you.
Diego.
It's good to be back.
Okay, tell me something. You come home to San Diego, first thing you do?
Well, last night the first thing I did was went to bed.
Okay, gotcha.
We got in at midnight, and this was an early morning, so I just hit the sack at the Hard Rock Hotel. I have a beautiful room they gave me. It's amazing.
I know. I love that place.
It's amazing.
More about that later, because that's what we're going to be doing together later on today.
Cool.
But, as a San Diego boy, and when you make it back through town, I know it's not hard. You live in, like, the L.A. area,
yeah,
right?
I don't come down here as often as I probably could. I'm just so wrapped up in L.A. But when I come down here, I'll probably stay with my dad at his place with his girlfriend and just hang out, have dinner.
Gotcha.
Yeah, relax.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, relax is something that I bet you don't really have an opportunity to do much of these days.
No, it's not really about that right now, no.
Adam Lambert, you've had a busy couple of weeks,
It's
sir.
been pretty crazy.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I know that this is what everybody wants to talk to you about and ask you about is the fallout of the AMA thing,
Oh, my.
which, if I may say, I found rather hot. But,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
But I hear that ABC has pulled you from a couple other things
Yeah,
now?
unfortunately. I think, it's what I was twittering about, but I don't really actually think they're to blame. I think they're getting a lot of pressure from the FCC. So it's I think they're kind of backed into a corner on this one. So I encourage people not to be so mad at ABC. It's more the FCC's problem. They're the ones putting heat on them.
But you have so much other stuff going on. It's kind of like, okay,
you know what? And
you miss out on a couple of these, but you're going to be in Leno.
You know, it is what it is, and it'll blow over. And, I'm not going to dwell on the negativity of it. Let's move forward,
Yeah, good plan,
Why
I
not?
think. I loved your interview on Ellen when she was talking to you about that.
Yeah,
And,
it felt really good. She's great. It was great to
so
meet her.
supportive. I mean, is she real great of a person in person?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking backstage before the interview and just really clicking. She's really amazing.
Okay, so now you got to tell me, there are two huge celebrity encounters that you've had recently that I must know about. Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
You're one of her most fascinating people right now.
That was a trip.
And it's going to be on in a few days, right?
Yeah, we taped it last week in New York. And no, I didn't cry.
Did she try?
She might have tried to get cut deep. She cut deep, and I did feel somewhat vulnerable, but I didn't cry.
Did you go in there feeling like, okay, it's Barbara Walters, I have this responsibility to myself to really open up here? Or did you just kind of like, okay, let's just see, let's roll with
to be
it?
honest with you, I know it's a very prestigious interview, but I just treated it like every other interview and just was honest and tried to be myself.
Okay, the other thing I must ask you about, I heard a rumor that you went to Madonna's house.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It was crazy.
Okay,
it was
how
so
does that
surreal.
even happen to you?
Well, the guy that's playing guitar in my band, his name's Monty, and I've known him for years. We had a band together in LA years ago. He's been playing with Madonna for the past 9 years on the road.
Wow.
And so we were all in New York, and he's like, hey, she wants to meet you. So I got to meet Madonna, and it was a 5-minute long conversation. It wasn't like a huge sit down, hang out, but it was still very, I was so intimidated by her.
But you didn't pop by Starbucks and hook up with Madonna for a latte.
No.
You went to her house.
I don't know if Madonna goes to Starbucks, though, does she?
Yeah, probably not.
She probably has one built into her house.
Okay, and the house, what was this like?
It was beautiful. Just a beautiful house, yeah.
Yeah?
Just on Central Park, just really spacious, really pretty.
Do you remember anything you said to her? Was it just a total crazy blur?
It's some of it's a blur. I mean, we talked about astrology for a minute. We talked about the possibility of someday maybe working together. It was interesting. She's a really cool lady. She has a lot of very powerful energy, and when she first walked into the room, my heart was racing, and I don't really get starstruck, and now I understand what it feels like. I'm like, oh my, and I looked at her and I went, I'm freaking out. I'm really sorry. And she's like, why are you freaking out? I'm like, because you're Madonna. You're freaking Madonna.
You think she'd be used to people freaking out in front of her by
I'm
now.
sure she is.
But it is kind of intense because
that's an icon, I grew up watching her.
Who's bigger than her?
Who? I don't know.
Nobody.
Yeah, it's Madonna.
I hear you've been getting some advice from other people as well, like Katy Perry, talking to her as your career just explodes and goes insane. That's something similar happened to her. It's just all of a sudden Katy Perry is it. And what does she have to say to you about how to handle all of this?
She was really a grounded girl. She said, just make sure you keep your friends and your family close to you, the ones that you before all this, and keep true to that, and really, realize that there's going to be a lot of people coming at you that want something from you. Just be careful, And she's right. I mean, that is kind of the way it is.
Are you finding it tough to navigate? I mean, it's
not. I mean, there are moments that are confusing. There are, are events that happen. For instance, the AMAs that are tough to navigate, but. think it's all part of the adventure of it. I really kind of feel like, all right, well, this is what I wanted, and this is like a roller coaster. It's so much fun.
And when you have good people around you, it helps you figure out how to navigate all of that.
And it's like I have a great band now that I really enjoy playing with. I was working with those dancers for that performance, and just great creative people, a stylist that I really like just people that are contributing to the overall package that are really passionate about what they do, and that makes it more fun. Yeah,
and it's hard not to feel good about everything that you're doing when everybody else is so supportive.
Yeah, and it's it's like I check on Twitter from time to time, and the fan support is so amazing. People are so passionate and supportive, and they just get it, and I'm really, really thankful for those people, because I think, obviously if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have gotten through American Idol as far as I did. I wouldn't, be selling the types of records that I'm selling. It's all really because of the fans, so I thank them from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, I can see that there is a huge amount of passion there. Just the amount of messages we've received since we said, "Hey, Adam Lambert stopping by."
Yeah, people are really
Holy
great.
God.
They're great.
Yeah, very supportive. Well, today you are here in town, 3:00, Hard Rock Hotel, San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Your gorgeous, elaborate, over-the-top Kiss costume from American Idol. This is what you're donating to the Hard Rock Hotel. So the big dedication ceremony is going to go down at 3. It's open to the public. Very tiny amount of people can get in.
Uh-oh.
But this is going to be cool.
It is going to be cool.
Tell me about this costume. Like, how did this come into your life? Did you get to help create it?
Yeah,
did somebody just hand it to you?
Yeah, I did help create it. It was really crazy because a friend of mine had worn the stylist brought in that black crocodile armor vest type situation that I wore on my torso, and then we had the pants and we put those on, and then I was like, well, I need something, I don't know what it needs, and a friend of mine had worn those shoulder cage rhinestone things for a show that we had done together last year, and they were at a costume house, and so I hunted them down. I was like, I need those shoulder things, it's gonna look so good, it'll look great. So if we found them, we tacked them onto the costume, and then I brought my glitter platform boots from my own collection.
Spectacular.
And just polished the whole thing off. I was like, well, if the rest of Kiss are going to be on platform boots, then I need to be up in the stratosphere with them.
Damn right you do.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing, and now it gets to live here in San Diego.
It's going to be great.
This is going to be very cool.
I'm really
afternoon.
excited. Yeah.
So, I want to chat with you a little bit more off the air. We'll put all that on radiosophie.com,
cool.
And then I'll see you this afternoon at 3:00. Hard Rock Hotel, San Diego. Adam Lambert, thank you so much for popping by.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I hope you feel better.
This fever needs to go away.
Oh, Fever.
One
of my favorite songs, by the way. On For Your Entertainment, written by Lady Gaga. It's been living in my car for the past 2 weeks.
It's a good one.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.